Let's talk about the energy because there's something you need to do differently, respond differently, change. Okay. And sometimes this happens for you, but you also need to pay attention to how you're responding and what you can control, what you can change, right? There's things we can change and there's things that we can't. May this message find you when you need it. I am going to pull some cards for a collective message. But first off, let's talk about the energy right now. And if you're finding this months later, there's probably still something here for you. I'm setting that intention that this just finds you when you need it, but you're probably going through some kind of change, even if it's internal, okay? Maybe it doesn't look like much is changing on the outside, but like you can feel something moving within you. It could be exploring a belief change. It could be communicating differently, setting a boundary. Maybe there is something big like a move or a relationship change, something, okay? But we have to come back to what we can do in situations. So for me, a lot has come up for me around just showing up online and being online. And it's like, it's really hitting me hard to the point where I almost a couple days ago was saying, I'm not going to do this. Maybe I should just delete all my accounts, cancel my commitments that I've made to myself. Like, like I had to feel through some deep things. So at this time, okay, it's August 18th at the time I'm recording this, 2026. Okay. So we're in eclipse season. We're between eclipses. We had one August 12th, and we have another one the 27th. So I know it is a potent time for change and transformation. It's an opportunity to really take a look in the mirror and look at ourselves, depending on who you ask, and depending maybe on the eclipse. Like maybe you're watching this 6 months down the road and we're in a totally different eclipse season than the time I'm recording this, but you may find it helpful. Maybe it is a good time for you to set intentions. Maybe it's a time for you to step back and just sit with yourself and reflect. So you tune in for you. I've had a lot come up around showing up online, being misunderstood. Do I really want to do this again? Okay, so if you're new to me, I'm Jessica Loper. I've been in and out of online space and showing up online for over a decade. It was fall of 2015 when I sat down and made my first website and started going live and had all these amazing ideas and things I wanted to share. Wow, has it been a roller coaster, a lot of which has been for my own self-growth, really. And yeah, I've had times where I showed up consistently and then take a step back for a year or two and then show up again. And it's just been this reoccurring pattern. And I'm feeling like a really significant shift in that, but it's making me take a closer look at myself than I really want to. But here I am recording. Yesterday I was thinking, no, I'm just not even gonna do this. Yeah, that's taken a lot for me to really look at myself and show up anyway. Because if I'm completely honest, I kind of just don't want to. A big part of me, like if I'm just being honest, like a big part of me is like, I don't want to. I'd rather just hide and cocoon and give up. But I'm feeling called to share on certain things, some things which I don't really want to, but I feel like I'm supposed to. I've really had to get out of my ego too about certain things over the past, especially the past 4 years. Um, really spent a lot of time reflecting and sitting with myself, doing some shadow work. I took a step back even for almost a year, like just taking a step back from looking at astrology or cards or divination, really. I really had to just sit with myself and journal and go about things a different way and kind of find that balance for myself because I was attached in an unhealthy way to certain things, not because those things were bad, but because we're human. We get attached to things, whether it's ideas, people's, places, things. You can get attached to a certain belief system. You can get attached to tools, resources, like really anything, food, drugs, alcohol, whatever your vice is, like we can get attached to anything, really. And you kind of have to notice that you're doing it. You have to even have that awareness that you're attaching to something and that it's not healthy for you in order to, let go of it. And some things you may come back to and some things you may not. Like an example for me of something I will not go back to was letting go of alcohol, getting sober. I'm 15 years sober. That's something that was extremely unhealthy and damaging for me that I had to let go of. And it was hard and it was challenging, but my life's better without it. And it's something I'm not going back to. Right. So there's things like that, just for me, my experience. But you're also going to have things that you step away from and detach from, but you may find yourself revisiting them later as a new version of yourself, being able to see more clearly. This could be around like certain people or resources or tools or beliefs or whatever it is. So, I mean, that's just growth for you, right? But here I am, and I'm also sharing and speaking up more vulnerably on things that I was uncomfortable speaking with about before or had bad experiences with before. Don't be surprised if something is coming to the surface that feels like it's from your past. Do you feel like something from your past is like circling back around again? And you've got to approach it differently this time. You've got to look at it differently this time. And you know that if you don't, it's probably going to just come back again. Like, how can you respond differently? How can you show up differently? So yeah, maybe just take a moment to tune in to maybe what that is for you. It could really be in any area of your life. For me, the big one, there's some other little things too that have kind of resurfaced that I've had to communicate differently or set boundaries or, yeah, I've noticed myself like saying things or sticking up for myself like a little more, whether it's personal relationships or the workplace or whatever it is. And it's like, did I really just say that? That was a little uncomfortable, but good for me. You know, I mean, that's how we learn and grow. Like you actually have to say something different, do something different or say something different. Right. So think about that. Look at that. What area of your life do you need to respond differently or say something differently or stand up for yourself? Um, and then like the big one for me has been, what am I saying online? What am I saying publicly? And I have to admit, I've started sharing and posting more around like spiritual beliefs, exploring your spiritual beliefs. And I've had 4 things that I have posted in the past couple weeks that I either deleted not long after or like maybe the next day. And it was all me kind of getting in a tizzy over things people had commented or said, or thinking, oh my gosh, someone's going to think I meant this when really I meant this, or they're not going to look at it from this bird's eye view or whatever. Like me like getting past being misunderstood, being able to say something and realize like it's not for everyone. And I know that, but can I show up anyway? I've also had quite a few times in my life where I've stood up for something or shown up for some type of belief, and like the people around me just like weren't really ready for it yet or didn't really get it yet. And sometimes they even came back like months or years later and were like talking to me as if they found some new thing and they don't even remember that I was trying to express it years before, and they just were dismissive or didn't get it, which is fine. They're at where they're at. I'm at where I'm at. But it's happened to me so many times. Or they may remember, they come back and say, oh, now I get what you were thinking or why you were going this direction, or I get it now, you know? It's just like, it's so frustrating for me. But I've had to get more comfortable being someone that can hold a vision or have certain insights and come forward and say it and think it and express it, even if nobody around me gets it yet, right? And the people that are going to be drawn to what I'm sharing, that it, you know, like in a way that it resonates, like if what I'm sharing with you resonates for you, like you're someone who gets it or who's ready for it, or you're already on the same page, or you just want to explore and know more, you know? So how can I stand that ground and be that light and share from my current place of knowing and be okay with not everyone getting it or being misunderstood or being a step ahead of some of the people that I'm around consistently. Just in a level of like awareness or consciousness, or letting go of conditioning, things like that. Guess that's why I'm here. That's why I'm recording this. This is me saying, okay, I am doing this. I am going forward. I am going to record my week 2 devotional, because I started a new series that's a weekly devotional. If you're exploring spiritual beliefs and you want something that is diverse, you know, we can talk about different backgrounds and walks of life and faith, and without judgment, right? Like you do you figure out what resonates for you. I'm just giving you a space to kind of be who you are and explore, whether you're interested in astrology or not, whether you want to reference the Bible or not, whether you feel drawn to Jesus or not, or other ascended masters, without someone telling you what you need. Like you figure out what you need. I'm just holding a space for you to figure that out, right? That's okay. Anyway, so that's what my weekly devotional is. And I recorded week 1, and it came time to record week 2, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, why am I even doing this? Who am I to do this? That's another thing that's coming up. Okay. But I feel so called to it. I feel like it's needed. There's so much division in the world, and old ways of thinking, old stories, and there's a lot of new too, and there's a lot of good things and multiple perspectives, and really just allowing people to have their own path without thinking they need to be like us or think like us. And that goes for me too. Like, I need to be okay with someone who isn't open to that, which sounds contradictory almost, but it's like, can I hold a space for people to be open and learn and grow and know that that space isn't for everyone? Like, that's okay. Oh, my cards are falling. Maybe it's time to pull a card. Okay. So, Yeah, we're going to pull from The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. If you've been with me or followed me for a while, you know that's a deck I go to a lot. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, just see what we need. People I'm shuffling, if you're new to astrology, that can be helpful too, to look at your chart. Or even if you're not new and you just haven't looked at it in a while, like just a reminder, it can be helpful to look at the birth chart or human design chart or go explore those things. If you don't have one and you've never looked at it, give it a try if you're feeling led to it. It's not going to be for everyone. There's definitely people who are not drawn to astrology at all, and that's okay. I like it. I've had times in my life where I attached to it too much and had to take a step back, but it's like anything. You got to find that balance. But you can find free resources for birth charts and things online for sure. I am not an astrologist, but I like to reference it and use it for my own personal, like a map. It's just like a map, really, for your unique map. Okay, let's just see what the message is. Just for navigating whatever it is you are navigating right now. Whether it's in an eclipse season or maybe you're just going through some changes, whether it's internal or external. We have the Hierophant. Okay, this is reminding you to look at your daily choices. Oh, I mentioned earlier there's something you need to change or some kind of action step. Okay, so if you just look at maybe your routine, your spiritual practice, or maybe you don't have one. You're like, I don't have a spiritual practice. What do I even do for that? Well, somewhere to start would just be taking time for yourself every day. Maybe it's getting still, taking a walk without the headphones, without someone there with you, just some time to be alone. Maybe it's journaling, meditating, some kind of prayer, or some type of book you're reading. I would suggest morning too, if you can. I think it's a good way to start the day. So just that reminder, like intentionally connect with yourself. How are you connecting with yourself each day, or connecting with God if you want to look at it that way? Whatever resonates for you, okay? All right, 21, the world. Okay, if you're watching this, you're someone who you're probably going through an internal change because your consciousness is expanding. So, like, you're maybe questioning some things. You're starting to see things differently. It could be the way you view society, maybe things you were raised with, conditioning that you're noticing and wanting to let go of, changing patterns. Could be around your idea around like God or the universe, Jesus, Mary. That could be Mary, like Mother Mary, Jesus's mother, or Mary Magdalene. Some of you, you're feeling drawn to look at that in a different way. Like, there's a different way for you to connect there if you're feeling led to that. It could be something around like a higher power, figuring out what that means to you. Some of you, it's letting go of religion, parenting. Like if you're a parent or you're interacting with children in some other way, shape, or form, like the way you're speaking to children. Also noticing that they're there's something around, sorry, I'm like picking up on it, but I don't quite have the words yet. It's like there's kids around you that it's almost like something they say or do that's triggering you. And then you almost like repeat a pattern from like your childhood or the way you were raised. Almost like you're punishing them for something you didn't get just because. Well, I didn't get this when I was a kid, so why should you? Something like that. Something like that's kind of the energy there of like, and maybe we can even apply that to like the adults we're interacting in our life. Like, I don't get this, why should you? Or I had to do XYZ to get here, so why do you get to skip steps? It's kind of just, ooh, it's like this energy thing clearing out of patterning, right? There's some shifting going on there. That's your consciousness expanding. Like the fact that you can even notice that or that you can hear what I'm saying and go, uh-huh, yeah, okay. Like, and it may not even be a kid. It may be another adult you're dealing with. It could be a spouse. It could be a sibling or I don't know. Let's take a deep breath and just kind of breathe that out and release that because that kind of feels like something that just needs to release in this moment. So take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. It's good to notice that. It's good to just kind of let that go. Okay, and that's an invitation to respond differently next time. And you're going to like notice more awareness around those patterns. Okay? Like I want, and set that intention for yourself if it resonates. I want to notice the patterns that need to change. I want to notice the patterns that need to change. I want to notice the patterns that need to change. Ooh, sometimes we kind of get into this victim-y attachment to suffering mode and we don't actually want to see. Okay, so this is just kind of opening you up to like, I do want to see. I do, because you actually do want change. You actually do want to grow. And yeah, you may have a day here or there where you don't, and it's part of like the human process, but you're not going to stay there. You're not going to stay there. You're changing. You're moving forward. If you're someone watching this video, you're someone who you are changing and you are moving forward and you are letting go of what's needed. That's why you're here. Okay. All right. Last card. Four of Water. So I feel like a reminder of like you can be grateful for what you already have and still want more and still dream bigger. Okay. You can absolutely be grateful for something or someone and like also not want to need it anymore or just to want something different. Like maybe this is like a job or somebody you depend on or something. Something that helps you and you can be grateful for it, but still want something else or want something more. Like you want better. It's okay to want better. It's okay to want good. Let things be good. Collectively, our planet, people in general, are moving through some major letting go of attachments to suffering. And that can be challenging. It can be. But once you notice it and you're aware of it, like it does get easier to work with it and just even catch yourself. Like, am I wallowing because like I just feel sad in this moment? Or am I like telling myself an old story? Is there a story you need to let go of? How does that sit with you? Let me know in the comments. And thank you for liking this video and subscribing. If you're watching, I do appreciate it. I will have more to come as far as weekly devotionals. Depending on when you're watching this, I am going to put some of them up for free just for a short period of time. It could be a few days, it could be a week. So give you just a little taste of those if you're someone who wants to just explore, have like a weekly guidance practice. This week too is going to be what is it? I have my notes here. I'm probably going to record it right after this. Oh, knowing yourself. Knowing yourself, who are you? That is the question that stands all time, regardless of like your background or faith or belief system or how you've been raised. I think humans just in general are always going to ask, who am I? Why am I here? Do you know anyone who doesn't wonder that? Maybe you do. I would be very certain that most people find themselves wondering that, whether they actually do anything about it or not, or look deeper within themselves or not, maybe another thing. But you're probably someone who wants to know yourself, connect to self, your purpose. So we're going to explore that on the week 2 devotional. I'll put that link in the comments for, it's a weekly subscription on Patreon for now. And then depending on when you watch this, there may be a clip of it briefly on YouTube for free. So take care. Remember, action step, spiritual practice, connect with yourself daily, and I'll see you on the next video.